This Thursday Night Football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you use the promo code SGPN.
Hey, this is Brandon Lang. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Oh, what a Monday night game, Sean. What would you say? What a game.
Well, not if you were on the props I gave out. Unfortunately, kind of got kicked in the dick there a little bit with the props. I mean, Tesla, Nick. I mean, well, also I do fall victim to guys with awesome names, especially if they're white receivers. But he got the targets, he got the looks. Laporta, same thing. I mean, I did not see the David Montgomery game coming. Shout out to I saw someone Howard Lee in the chat saying he had the ladder going for David Montgomery. Nice work to you. Yeah, it was just weird. The game flow was a little off. Like you look at the score, it felt like a shootout, but then there was I think the long methodical drives with the running game kind of killed some of the passing props.
Yeah, just an interesting game. Clearly, the Ravens had, and I'm going to be really pissed when I rewatch this game. Zay Flowers was open, and he just Lamar was looking at everyone else but Zay. And
you pointed out in the second half, he like running around in the pocket did not look right. And I know it's only 3 games, but I think if you had the Ravens going to the AFC Championship, Ravens winning the Super Bowl, I mean, they got their ass kicked against, pushed around defensively, both against the Bills and the Lions here. Certainly not a great start. Very early in the season, but
I'll say this:
there are some troubling signs for this team. And Derrick Henry, 2 massive game-changing fumbles in 3 games.
Yeah, there was a play in the first half where Lamar is looking very slippery at this point, and he makes a cut and just slips and goes down. And after that, he didn't really look the same. Now, granted, I did take a nap while Dan Jones was on the Manning cast. So I missed that quarter.
That's a real Sophie's choice, Ryan. Watching the Manning cast or listening to a Dan Jones interview.
I was half asleep, but I will say, Sean, it was pretty. Eli kind of made Dan Jones look like a nerd. They brought up the napkin throwing bar video.
Yeah,
Eli, of course, we remember him in college. He liked to throw a couple back.
So Ryan, this is where you and I disagree. You kind of playing like Eli's a cool guy. Like
you don't remember Eli in college. He got in trouble for being a drunk. I think if we were to be doing the show while Eli was in college, you probably would have been into the idea of Eli. Other than the fact that he was a Manning.
The Eli face really hurts any of the cool angles.
He's also very good in college. I mean, anyway, yeah, no, I Lamar wouldn't be surprised if he shows up on the injury report, and not that he's going to miss time.
Well, yeah, and then they got a huge game against the Chiefs, maybe, but it's Monday Night Football. It's tough to say it was a look ahead spot. I just think their defense cannot slow down the running game, and shout out to Dan Campbell. The play design. I mean, that option play near the goal line was very, very interesting. And
turns out that wasn't Ben Johnson.
Well, and then on 4th and 2, they had a really nice drawn up play to Amon-Ra that Goff hit with some nice touch. Goff also did have the phone lines were blowing up there for a second when Goff scrambled, and at the last second did a little
It's like
he did that.
The difference between him and Justin Herbert off platform, remarkable.
He has some moments where he reminds you, hey, just in case you're wondering, I am still Jared Goff.
I'd also point out, in the chat's onto this too, this is now not the first time that we've seen Todd Monken forget about the run game.
Oh, and shout out to our own Jake Paquin, because this is the reverse correlation we needed.
Really?
Mark Andrews, 2 tutties and Lions money line,
Whoa.
45-1. Nice work by you, Jake.
I mean, he was the
Jake, why? Feel free to send that our way.
I mean, yeah, you know both of our phone numbers.
Yeah, send us a text.
Slack.
Send us a text when you got a heater like that. All right, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Ravens, but definitely a bit of a red flag, I think, for the start of their season.
That division, like, all of a sudden,
does anyone want to win that division?
The toughest division in football. I mean, are the Browns live?
Well, I mean,
if they would only start Shador Sanders, Sean.
I think the Bengals are 2-1, Steelers 2-1, Ravens 1-2, Browns 1-2.
Who's the best team? Like, no bullshit. Obviously, I mean, the Ravens are still the best team.
Ravens still the best team, but that was
of
troubling.
the rest. Who's the best? Best of the rest.
You know me.
It's the Browns. That Steelers team sucks.
Yeah, but the Browns can't go on the road and do anything offensively.
They just beat the Packers at home.
Right.
I'm ranking them. If this is the AP poll, I'm ranking the Browns number 2 in the AFC North.
I don't know. Steelers.
We got to start putting out a
Steelers
poll.
are going to win this division. It's going to be ugly.
Oh my God.
All right, Ryan, we got going to talk some Thursday night props. Got a couple of guests, including from Rhythm, and of course, sign up for Rhythm. Download the app, use the promo code SGPN, get you 25% off your first month from Rhythm. Brian Beachkofski. Brian, thanks for hopping on, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, always appreciate you coming on, chopping it up, giving us a couple plays the machine likes. And Ryan, I feel like he was pretty close to his prediction on the last time we had him a couple weeks ago for the Thursday night game. Nice work, Brian.
I got 2 out of 3 on that one. It was pretty close.
2 out of 3, and I feel like you're.
The projection score. Did I write it? Let me see if I wrote it down.
Yeah, Ryan's good on the notes, but I feel like you're only a few. You had the side right, and it was only a few points off an exact score as
28-22, I think.
Yeah, so that was pretty close. It was a good game.
Didn't have that much.
I
guess
you're
they
right.
got some garbage.
Yeah, total points, but you got us on the right side there that the Packers would get the win and the cover.
Yeah. Easy money.
Brian, let's start with some props, and again, if you have a side, we'll get to that as well. But we got the Cardinals, Seattle. What is Rhythm like for this matchup?
All right, so ask the robots here a little bit about what we're looking at on Thursday, and the first one that comes out. I like to be a little confrontational, a little off the norm on this one. Sam Darnold under 217 passing yards. I think that's a low number. That's a huge low number, and I think he actually goes underneath that number.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely on my artisanal, handcrafted ones before I, the old analog with my abacus over here. That one was something that jumped out at me, and it sounds like I'm interested to know. And this is early. Obviously, we're taping this after the Monday night game, earlier on in the week. Does Rhythm, do they project? Do the projections have like a guy like Charbonnet in? Do you not have him in? Do you have him in like 75%? How do you handle, and how does Rhythm handle something like that where Charbonnet did get a practice in? I'm guessing
fake limited.
Yeah.
So they had a walkthrough and he was limited, whatever that means.
Yeah, who knows? I kind of gut instinct Monday night. I would say he goes, but is he 100%? That's always part of the formula as well. How do you guys adjust for injuries in situations like that?
Yeah, so we got a really cool feature that our premium users get access to, and that is for people who are listed as questionable or doubtful. You can actually change the projection for those guys and see how many points we think that they would move the line. Right now, though, with him, we have him out because he was listed as out, so he's out as of now. But if it comes back off and becomes questionable or probable, he'll get back into the projection.
That makes sense. I mean, it is like, especially this time. Honestly, it's early, but once the injuries start happening and the teams start being crafty with who's practicing, who's not. Yeah, I mean, it's like a DFS headache, right, Sean?
Yeah, no, it certainly is interesting, and I was just curious how they handled it.
I like that you can do
that.
that though.
Yeah, that's
The
cool.
other news, everyone's focused on that side, but James Conner I think I saw something saying he's out for the season.
Yep.
So like there's injuries on both sides in this game.
Yeah, so Trey Benson, you would imagine gets a bunch of more work there. I mean, we'll see. Do you think Kramer? I haven't talked to you about this yet. Do you think they get the other running back behind Benson involved? Demercado, yes.
And then I think we love this guy, Sean Zonovan Knight. I believe Bam Knight is on the practice squad, so he's potentially a call up. I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I would imagine they'll get a couple carries because I don't know if Benson can do the entire heavy lifting all by himself. Brian, so you like the machine like Sam Darnold under 217 passing yards. What else does Rhythm like for this matchup?
So this next one is funny you brought up Trey Benson with that. Is Trey Benson under 20 and a half receiving yards?
Okay.
And I think that's because as he moves more into that role, he can still be that outlet once in a while, but I think they're going to change the utilization of where he is. He's got in the 3 games, that median position is right at that line, a little under. So I think what we're projecting here is he fills into that position, becomes more of the traditional running back, and then is not going to get those receptions that outlet pass that would need it to be there to go over 20.
Yeah, I think he had like 3 for maybe like 10 yards in the last game once he took over.
Yeah,
right.
Off the top of my head, I feel like they don't throw a ton to the running back. I guess the Seahawks are bad against receiving running backs. I think if you were making a case for that, but I don't know if that's necessarily Benson's game. And it doesn't seem like there's a huge James Conner role for him to soak up with him out. Okay, that's so right. we got the Sam Darnold under 217 passing yards. Trey Benson under 20 and a half receiving yards. Do you got one more for us, Brian?
I got one more, and it's because those passes have to go somewhere. Marvin Harrison Jr. over 45 and a half.
Really?
Yeah. I think there's going to be a good potential there. Seattle's secondary can be vulnerable to big plays, and I think this is not a volume game. I think he's going to get a couple that he can break out. So I think this is one where those yards are going to go somewhere, and I think that's where they're going to go, and we're going to see a couple big catches for him.
Offensive coordinator Drew Petzik was on the podium, and I would say that my general vibe is that they are going to, well, one, they're going to go back to him because of the drops.
Yeah. 2,
there's a lot of like fan base revolt against the passing game right now, and it feels like, I mean, the Seattle secondary is still banged up a bit, and they looked really good going against Spencer Rattler, but maybe the Tater Tot can do a better job.
Look at that Tot go. Yeah, so I think I think the case against Marvin Harrison is that he's I saw Underdog called him Mitsubishi Marv instead of Maserati Marv.
They are bold. They must not be familiar with his father's game.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mess with the Harrison family, especially if any antique guns are involved. You can do your own research on that. But I would say this. I think the case for Marvin Harrison is what Kramer laid out, is that he has been struggling and that they've invested a ton in this guy, and that they're going to want to feed him the rock and get him involved in the passing game. And maybe he doesn't have those drops. The counter is like, hey, this guy just sucks. But I think with the targets that Kramer is alluding to, and with the banged up Seattle secondary, I think that's a formula for getting Harrison over. So we got Marvin
6 targets a game.
Yeah,
he just needs to catch the ball.
Yeah, and dropped. I mean, am I?
He was a can't miss prop. We don't have can't miss wide receiver prospects.
Am I misremembering? I don't remember drops being an issue at Ohio State.
No, his issue was like, he might not be as athletic as we thought. He's not doing the testing. Like, he's looked slow, and then he gained the weight, and maybe that's going to make him slower. But yeah, the drive. I mean, he's just got to get out of his own head.
So Sam Darnold under 217 passing yards. Trey Benson under 20 and a half receiving yards. Mitsubishi Marv over 45.5 receiving yards. Now, does Rhythm have a projection for the side and or total? What are you currently projecting the score at?
Yeah, so we're pretty close to market on this one, so it's not going to be too out there. We're looking at right at 45, and the line is 43.5. So we're slightly to the over on that one, and we put it right at market, make it like a 1.2 point game there. So don't have a strong feeling on the side personally. I think yeah. I'm going to stay away personally, but I like the number.
Yeah, I mean it's the Thursday night aspect. It's this Cardinals team off of a tough loss versus a Seattle team that very easily could be 3-0. Kramer, do you what are your thoughts on the game itself?
I mean, again, I was diving into the press conferences, and I think it as someone who's kind of wants to be optimistic about the Cardinals. It seems like this game is a big game for them to show up. It's still a pretty long injury report. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just have to at some point eat the medicine with Seattle. I don't know.
Yeah, the energy, and I'm kicking myself because I said to Kramer before at some point during last week, I'm like, Seahawks are 7-1 to win the division. And I kept looking at that. I'm like, I should get on this, and I for whatever reason hesitated, and again, we're 3 games in. Rams still look very good in spite of their inability to block kick blocks, thankfully, and kick field goals. For the most part, they've looked pretty good. So it's probably still is there to lose. But I wish I would have got on. And they were huge favorites in that Saints game. So you could have easily projected them winning that game. You could have easily projected the Cardinals losing against the 49ers. And now the 49ers without Bosa, I mean, that totally crushes their team, I think. But they're still 3-0. So NFC West is super wild. Brian, appreciate you hopping on. A lot of fun, and everyone I know is going to be downloading the Rhythm app using that promo code SGPN25 so they can get 25% off their first month. Appreciate it, Brian. Thanks for hopping on, man.
Thank you. And one other thing that we've added since the last time we've talked.
Sure.
There's a weekly contest now for NFL and for college football, where all you got to do is sign up for your free account. You track bets, and if you get on the leaderboard, you get $1,600 or $400. It is an easy way, free entry to get involved, track your bets, see how good your models are doing, and maybe win.
Great point. Massive EV opportunity, the ultimate EV opportunity, free money. Rhythm, great app, great stuff over there. Appreciate it, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you.
Check them out. Promo code SGPN25. We're going to be joined on the line here in shortly, Ryan. We're going to be joined by our good buddy, the Shedhead himself, Rich Fat Baby, Ryan McKee, big Cardinals fan. Before we do, of course, shout out to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Head over there. Use the promo code SGPN. Score 100% bet back bonus up to $500. When you use that promo code SGPN. Love my bookie, super fun with the Tesla. He got some looks, Ryan. He had some chances out there, couldn't get home, but my bookie is great, man. Fast deposits and withdrawals using that sweet cryptocurrency early cash out. They have you covered. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN, and we're also brought to you by NoVig. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Honestly, if you have not tried the NoVig app, fire it up and just look at the pricing you're getting in this exchange. Available in 35 states. We're talking California, Texas, Florida, New York, Alaska, Hawaii, and 30 other states, which I'm not going to mention. But if you're in America and you're in one of the 35 states, what are you doing? Toss us a bone. Toss yourself a bone with the NoVig app. Spend $5, get $50 in NoVig coins. Get in on the action with NoVig. Promo code SGPN.
Sean, the Seahawks are currently plus 650 to win the.
See now you called my bluff, Ryan.
750.
Really?
Yeah.
So I didn't lose any value.
You
on
were
that?
right to say that nothing should have changed in their price if you ignore the other teams. Right? They took care of business against a bad team. The Niners won but lost the play. I would estimate to say that line not plus 750 by Sunday.
Well, yeah, if they win too, it's going to swing.
Or sorry, by Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I even think like how do you not?
With the Bosa news, he's such an impact on that team as a whole, and the 49ers so thin. You're worried about the Rams, but still at 750, that feels like it's going to come down to those last couple of weeks. Hey, while we're about to get on Rich Fat Baby, look at these beer steins, Ryan. These things are badass. Shout out to Jake in the merch store. Just got these added in. Of course, from now until the end of September, promo code football. Ryan, give me a close up here. Look at this. Look at this sweet ass stein. Promo code football. Get you 25% off these sweet beer steins. They're nice and hearty, nice and heavy. Great for slamming down when you're pissed off.
It's like those German restaurants where they insist on carrying like 20 of those at the same time, and then you always have the videos on the internet of them falling.
Oh, yeah. Working on clip shows. There were many of a beer garden fails. All right, Kramer, let's talk to a tater tot insider. You know him, you love him. Producer on the Steffi Small show, all over SGPN. Ryan, Rich Fat Baby McKee. What's happening, McKee?
What up? We're here to talk about the Sun Devils, right? Beating Baylor. Let's talk about the Sun Devils. Forget about the Cardinals.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
What happened?
Also, Sean, you can't plug that beer stein when
and
you
have
can
tea in it.
Clearly, see you're drinking tea out of it.
Well,
I can see the tea bag.
So yes, you're right. I do have tea. I need tea for my voice, but I am like a real man, barreling down some whiskey. So don't worry. But you're right. It does.
Wow.
It does hurt the coolness of putting a little girly ginger tea in there. McKee, when we texted you, I said, hey, we wanted you to come on after Monday night, talk a little Thursday night props. Your Cardinals are going to be playing the Seahawks. And you go, all right, I'll stay up. I got to drink my coffee. Now, just to clarify, it was definitely coffee, because we've had some other calls over the years where there's maybe been some things where it was not
he is
coffee.
a shed head.
The shed head clips,
substances.
yeah, and shout out to the shed head clips. We'll put them out every week on our Instagram, YouTube, X, wherever you get very fun videos. Your shed character, and behind the scenes, I think you've moved a few times during the shed clip thing, and you seem to always end up having access to a shed. How are you doing with the shed picks?
Gotten kicked out of a couple of sheds, so I'm on my third shed now, and it's going well. This seems to be going well. My shed picks haven't been great. I am 4 and 6.
That's transparency right there.
That's not bad. Shedheads always tell you what they're up to,
and yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they haven't been great, but I whatever. You know, you're taking advice from a guy in a shed. What do you expect?
You tune in for the energy and the passion about the picks. So you also said you're out on Kyler. You're officially out on Kyler. We sensed some pessimism when we brought you on. Where are you as a Cardinals fan? What's going on here?
It's time to move on from Kyler. He just doesn't have it anymore. I feel like defensives have figured him out. They can contain him. They don't have he's too short. He gets passes batted down all the time. He can't see Marv. I know that Marv dropped that pass, that long pass that he should have caught, but he just doesn't have it. And it's not Mitsubishi Marv, it's Miata Marv.
Oh no.
We got to get Miata Marv going. That's the crappy car that guys in a midlife crisis buy. I feel like
It's true.
That is perfect for it.
And he doesn't have a woman, so you're like, what is he going through a midlife crisis, or maybe he's traveling to some other places?
So
it's a very fruity car.
Well,
I'm saying.
I'm thinking about a guy I know on the football team who had a Miata, and then
did he play both ways?
It ended up coming out that he was not just an offensive player. That really?
It was
it was a precursor to other lifestyle choices.
Like to penetrate the A gap.
So
Special teams, if you know what I mean. I don't know what that means, but
no, but you don't really have to know what it means. If you say it in that voice, people can do the math there.
special teams.
Oh yeah, excellent gunner, if you know what I mean.
So McKee, what do you do if you're out on Kyler as a franchise? What are you rooting for?
Guys, I'm in a very dark place when it comes to the Cardinals.
Hmm.
I don't know. We can't get rid of him because of his contract.
Yeah.
I guess I just have to hope he figures it out. But this is usually when he starts off hot, right? Is at the beginning of the season, and then he slows down mid-season. So if he's already looking like this, I don't know what to hope for. I think that he's I'm out on him. I really had high hopes for the Cardinals coming in this season. I mean, the defense, you could say, oh, well, the defense is looking good. No, they let the Panthers claw back into it. They let the Saints claw back into it. And they held they held the 49ers to 16 points or something like that. But it's Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Without Kittle.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
Yeah, McCorkle.
Without Ayuk, without Kittle.
And I think some of that, and obviously some's on the players. You guys were dealing with injuries, but some of it was just scheme wise. I was sitting next to Kramer, was just losing his mind, going, "They're just sitting back. They're just sitting back." In that
last
soft
drive
ass coverage.
That last drive would have been infuriating.
It felt like they were playing not to let them score a touchdown when really they needed to stop them from getting a field goal. It was insane.
Now, as after the safety, in some ways you don't mind it because either way a field goal attempt's probably going to end the game in your favor.
Yeah, if
you're
as
someone who has plus 2.5.
Well, I don't. Hopefully the Cardinals weren't playing for the plus 2.5. As someone who had them in the Circa Million at plus 2.5, I was kind of happy they were playing not to give up a touchdown. But as a fan and playing to ideally win the game, not what you're looking for there.
I mean, I had the point spread too, so I was celebrating financially.
Nice. Well, that's
financially
important.
I was celebrating, but definitely was pissed off. I mean, when they got that safety, when Calais, it was so sweet when Calais got that safety. What is he? 18 years in the league.
Yeah, still a
so
dog.
Cool. I was dancing around. My roommate was looking at me weird. I was trying to do the Calais dance, but it was too early to do that.
All right, McKee, what do you like? It sounds like you're on Seattle, but what do you like prop wise? What do you see going on in the game? Give us a couple of props here for Thursday night.
Yeah, people are getting excited about Benson, and he's really only had one great run this season, making his backup numbers look stronger than they've been. He had 51-yard run, 52-yard run, something like that in the first game. And he hasn't done anything else. And James Conner, they haven't been rushing the ball well at all. James Conner hasn't gone over 39 yards. And so I'm looking at this rushing prop for Benson, and I'm going to take the under 63.5 rushing yards. Now they don't have anybody else there. I know DeMarcado, he sucks. He had 2 carries for 0 yards. He had a big drop right by the goal line that would have swung the game. But yeah, I don't have any confidence in this Cardinals rushing game at all.
Yeah, I mean it's fair to be concerned about the rushing game, and certainly played defenses like the Carolina Panthers that you would expect they would have been able to run. I mean, look what the Seahawks did to the Saints. If you're just now, it's the NFL is never that easy. But look at what the Cardinals offense did against the Saints versus what the Seahawks offense did against the Saints. Now it's home road. It's not quite the transitive properties don't always apply in the NFL, but I like your Benson under 64.5 rushing yards. I think I'm adding that to my pile here. No pun intended for the shed.
While we're going unders, I like the under for Kyler's passing yards.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm seeing it at 215.5. He's only gone over this one game so far.
Kramer, do we need to have an intervention for McKee and just be like, is he just lighting the Cardinals bus
have an
unrelated, just fandom intervention
for me, but for different reasons than the Cardinals.
just you're a card. We show up at the intervention. Hey Ryan, we love you. We want to talk about it. Yeah, why do you keep fading the Cardinals? Oh, your mom wanted some other stuff brought up, but we're here just to talk about your fandom. We're worried about you, man. You're usually a good homer who has some homer takes. I'm not messing with the. I see the case for it, but I'm not messing with the passing yards because I still don't think we have a ton of clarity on that Seattle backfield yet. Kramer, do we?
I mean, based on it seems like Charbonnet will be back.
Okay.
So
no, but what about the Seahawks defensive
backfield? I think you have the potential for all the guys to be back.
Yeah, and of course,
but they're going to be questionable. It's going to be tough to
and especially with the short week. And Brian from Rhythm was saying how he liked the over for Miata Marv there. All right, do you have one more? Do you have one more prop for us, and maybe any sort of Degen parlay, possibly any other props you want to give out here, McKee?
Well, this is definitely a Degen pick, and it is for Greg Dortch, anytime touchdown, plus 950.
Yes.
They're going to have to manufacture some rushing yards, some kind of something. And they love to do those reverses with Greg Dortch. And I think they've already done a couple of them this season. They haven't done real well, but I feel like they're going to have to get Dortch involved. You want to take a long shot. He's my dad's favorite player. Shout out Mike McKee. So I'm going to say Dortch, anytime touchdown, plus 950.
He's on my spoiler alert. He's on my first touchdown list. And to what you were saying about like they like to get him the design run stuff.
There's another reason to play him.
Okay.
Zay Flowers left the game with a concussion last week. So the idea that Zay Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say
back-to-back Zays.
Yeah,
Zay Jones.
Me there,
Zay Jones left with a concussion. I believe they were occupying some of the same routes.
Love it. All right, can we get a final score prediction for you, McKee, or from you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
He's so pained. I feel bad,
nervous.
Kramer.
I'm in a dark place right now. I'm gonna say 24-21 Seahawks.
Oh no, and he's even predicting a heartbreaking loss, Kramer. This is dark times for the Cardinals franchise. I almost want to pick the Cardinals just to get them to win and to cheer up old rich fat baby Ryan McKee.
I can't believe the line's only 1.5.
Yeah,
1.5. My
Seahawks
bookie
are
has
getting a lot of respect there, I think, right?
Well, so now I mean, depending on where you look, Seahawks catching a point and a half.
I think the Seahawks should be like -3.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks defense has played pretty well. I mean, also their game script is all over the place, right? Like they had that crazy game against the 49ers.
Hard to tell, I think.
Pulled that game out of their ass, and then last week against the Saints, they're just kind of an interesting team. I feel like we don't really know what to expect from them, but they've looked pretty good. I mean, and also that Steelers game where I'd love to see that Steelers game if Caleb Johnson didn't just forget to return the kickoff and they scored a touchdown there. I'm not saying they're winning. I just want to know what that just ruined the game. Like you can't really after something like that happens, you're just completely boned. McKee, always appreciate you hopping on. Make sure you check out
watch the Steffi
Smalls show. Check it out on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your Steffi Smalls, wherever you get your podcast. Bunch of great guests. Who else you got coming up this week?
Well, we have Colby Marchio from Betting News coming on tomorrow. We have our good friend Scott Rochelle coming on Thursday to talk about his final bets for week 4 and all his prop bets. So we'll be pumping out a ton of content.
Love it.
That's
Great
fun.
stuff. Scott, love Scott. Great handicapper, and Colby, very fun and good handicapper as well. Make sure you check out Ryan and Steffi over on the Steffi Small Show. Appreciate it, McKee.
Thanks, guys.
Let it ride. Kramer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk a little Underdog Fantasy. Of course, Underdog Fantasy. Head over there. Use the promo code SGPN. Get down on $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN. That's UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. We'll put together a little Underdog lineup here coming up. But Kramer, let's talk about our own props for Thursday Night Football. I had some consensus plays.
I have a lot to say.
Okay, what do you got?
So first off, rhythm is dialed into where I'm at because it's insane. No, I was gonna have we were gonna have the conversation on air. Trey Benson receptions or yards. He's not. I don't think he's gonna really be used a ton in the passing game. He did run half the routes last week.
Yeah.
And DeMarcado did have some bad. I mean, he's not Marvin Harrison, so people outside of the Arizona fan base aren't really talking about it. But Arizona fans, like McKee just said, he's kind of a bum. And I also wonder, based on what I heard the offensive coordinator talk about, if they're gonna try to push the ball down the field a little bit. Now, I worry a little bit about the check down opportunity. So again, I ask you, we're going to go yards then, right? Under 20.5
for Benson
for receiving yards. It's crazy to me that they're lining him like he's going to be getting the pass work. He's not the 2-minute drill guy.
I'm not fading rhythm. My first instinct honestly was to
they like the under 2.
No. I'm saying when I was just looking at what Seattle allowed and what their weaknesses were, and of course they lead the league in receiving yards allowed to the running back. That was my concern. Now some of that is game flow. Some of that's you play Christian McCaffrey, you play Alvin Kamara. So I'm not touching
even
it.
The Steelers the way that they're playing.
No, and Jalen Warren, that kind of stuff. So it could be just who they've played. I thought Brian made a bunch of good points, and I trust their data. I'm staying away from it, but I will.
This is just me knowing ball. Like I'm telling you, Trey, they're not. I don't think they're gonna have him do a ton in the passing game again. If you watched last week, I mean, I think with 3 for 10 yards, so under 20.5 receiving yards. I'm with rhythm.
Give me Trey Benson under rushing yards, 64.5. I'm going to co-sign Rich Fat Baby McKee there. I think they're going to try and throw the ball. There's certainly a bunch of game scripts where they fall behind and can't get the running game going. I would just be surprised with the physicality we've seen out of the Seattle defense if they're able to just pound the rock, and the questions about Benson overall as a bell cow back. 64.5 I think is high. So I'm with McKee. Give me the under 64.5.
Yeah, I guess that one concerns me just because in the world where they're winning this game because their defense is able to do some stuff, I do think he potentially get good volume.
Okay.
I strangely think too they could use Bam Zonovan Knight around the goal line too.
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do try DeMarcado.
Well, he would be the guy that I think when they get into like a 3 wide passing set, he's going to be out there. I think more than Benson. Like I said, he ran 50% of the routes after Connor went out last week. DeMarcado and Benson split the passing work, but DeMarcado was out there when they were running clear 2-minute drill.
Kramer, what's another prop you like for Thursday Night Football? Seahawks.
Why am I not going to play the Kyler Murray rushing yards again? It's hit 3 straight weeks.
Yeah,
it's 27.5 again.
And you got to say, look at that tot go.
Look, I mean, it usually only takes a couple runs, but I mean, he's had what was it? 38, 32, 37.
And what's
7 carries, 7 carries, 6 carries. It's at 27.5.
Yeah.
What game are we playing here?
And with Connor out, it probably just adds.
And the offensive line's banged up. They got a tackle. Paris Johnson missed the game. The Will Hernandez left the game, I believe, and they were both limited in the fake injury report. So yeah, that was the first thing I looked up was, okay, what's the Kyler rushing yards?
Yeah, no, it's one of those auto plays. Put in the kitty. We'll put that in the underdog entry. Trey McBride over 62.5 receiving yards. Seattle isn't good against the tight end. They're top. They're not exactly the highest. Let me pull it up, but they're certainly top of the list in receiving yards allowed to the tight end. And last year, look at McBride's 2 games against Seattle: 12 for 133, 7 for 70, 62.5 receiving yards is high. But again, with the questions in the secondary, with them at home, I know they're trying to get Marv Harrison right, but I'm staying away from that side altogether. Give me Trey McBride. He's the workhorse in the passing game, and he's good. So yeah, Trey McBride. What more do you need?
Well, you don't. Trey McBride's pretty good.
62.5 receiving yards, which is kind of on the high side, but I think this is a smash opportunity for him. And they are so 3 games they've allowed 180 yards, but 3 touchdowns as well, and certainly haven't played a guy like Trey McBride yet, tight end wise especially.
You just gotta hope they don't just say fuck it and only like, we're not really too worried about what you guys are going to be able to do to us, and they just bracket him the entire game. But like you said, they've kind of gotten owned. They've not done great against the tight end.
No, historically haven't done well either.
Good
or at least
transition
in the more recent time.
So I actually think I know the running back numbers look like something you should attack. You highlighted maybe as to why you wouldn't want to do that with who they've played and some of the game scripts, but Arizona has been bad against wide receiver 3s, and some of that has been their cornerback depth, which is gonna somewhat improve, but not all the way improve. It sounds like Will Johnson probably gonna miss another game. So I'm going right back to the Torrey Horton. Well, I mean
Torrey Horton. Here's a who.
He's running a lot of routes. I mean, they won that game convincingly last week. Granted, they continued to pass the entire time. And I'm so
annoyed. The Horton 2 touchdowns. It was right there. I was
Trey Tucker too. Oh,
Horton 2 touchdowns is right there. Like we had Seattle in Survivor. Seattle was one of my locks. Felt it was just rocking.
Should have put it in the pleaser. We didn't do that either.
No, just
Bush
boneheaded
league.
Moves.
Bush league.
Okay, so Trey McBride over 62.5 receiving yards for me. Trey Benson under 64.5 rushing yards, and Sam Darnold under 217.5 passing yards. I thought Brian made a good case there.
You're playing the Sam Darnold. Okay.
Yeah, I will play the Sam Darnold under.
I got to see the injury. I got to make sure that if Will Johnson is randomly he clearly affected their defense. He's a cornerback 1, and he's going to be a game time decision. So that's the only reason I'm not going to tell. I might end up on that later in the week.
Yeah. But the Horton stuff I like your Kyler.
Horton over 21.5 receiving yards, Trey Benson under 20.5 receiving yards, and Kyler over 27.5 receiving yards or rushing yards.
All right, Kramer, let's put together a little underdog entry. Of course, promo code SGPN, underdog fantasy. Let's kick it. I like your Kyler Murray rushing yards. It's certainly fun to root for. Underdog has it 29.5. Do we still like that?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, play it to 30 yards. He's rushed for 30 yards every time. So,
all right, Kyler for 29.5 yards. What about something to toss in on the Seattle side? I like the Darnold lower passing yards. I don't mind Horton.
What's his number here?
Horton is 19.5 receiving yards. Feels pretty low.
It's lower than.
Or we could just 2 receptions, higher 1.5 receptions.
Do they have Greg Dortch yards?
Let's see. I mean,
no, it has to be Seattle. It has to be Seattle. Sorry,
they do have Dortch anytime, first touchdown, that kind of stuff.
Let's see. No, I think we
haven't talked about Cooper Kupp. Any thoughts on Cooper Kupp? His I can't get a good handle.
I'd rather play Horton at half the price.
Yeah. Let's just play the Horton over or higher receiving yards at 19.5.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, Kyler Murray higher 29.5 rush yards. Torrey Horton higher 19.5 receiving yards. $100 entry returns you $300 over on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. And Tyler Lentz in the chat, he likes the under on the Marvin Harrison yards, whatever it is. It's like in the high 40s ish.
45. I'm looking at.
Yeah, I Brian made a good case. My instinct would have just been to fade the or hey, this guy has been sucking lately. But you see this all the time of a guy like a Marvin that they go out of their way to feed the rock to.
They could force feed him. His catches are 3.5, juice to the over.
I'm not touching
now. What I would say though, I understand also why the model likes it.
Yeah,
the model likes it because it's an insanely low number because people are in this case they're watching the games. They're at least reacting to people wanting to play the under, most likely. So,
all right, Ryan. Let's see. We got first touchdowns and a little Degen parlay.
You want to go first with first touchdowns?
Sure. Here we go. Now this will be interesting. First up on the Arizona side, give me a guy by the name of Michael Wilson. I was looking at his red zone stuff. I think he's involved. He already has a touchdown this year. Not a ton of targets, period, but 18-1. Yes, sir. Michael Wilson. I like him. Stay tuned for the Degen stuff, but Greg Dortch, 55-1.
Yeah,
anytime,
really bad price there.
Anytime you have a guy like that they're going out of their way to design stuff for, it's going to be interesting in the first touchdown market, especially when you've lost your number one running back. So inherently for me, that creates value on, like, Greg Dortch was probably 55-1 last week, right? For first touchdown.
Well, also, I don't think people realize. I mean, I'm sure they do.
They're going to need to get creative. Is
Zay
the point
Jones being out? Like
yes,
that is going.
Michael Wilson's opportunities. Greg Dortch,
maybe.
And Trey McBride, as awesome as he is, it's rare that he scores a touchdown. Now I know he got one last week, but
the seal's broken now.
Maybe he goes.
Does
nuts.
he go nuts now?
On the other side, I'm taking some long shots on the Seattle stuff, but give me. Well, let's see.
While you're so
I was gonna play Arroyo, but seeing that he's limited with the groin on Monday, not as appetizing. Give me Eric Saubert at 100-1. Is he on your radar, Ryan?
He certainly got some reps last week.
Yes,
partially because of the game flow. My concern with him is Arroyo is interesting because he kind of is also operating in that same space in the field that the Seahawks have had some trouble.
You mean the Cardinals?
The Cardinals have had trouble.
Yeah, I'll leave.
But I think Barner is a blocker and he's the starter, and so I think maybe it will take a little bit more. But that price is insane. If Arroyo misses the game,
so I'll go for now, and I'll tweet it out there on Thursday. But Elijah Arroyo 50-1, Saubert 100-1, Dortch 55-1, Michael Wilson 18-1.
Very good. So I'm also on Dortch. The first thing I did was write down Zay Flowers, Greg Dortch. When I combed through the data and realized that Zay Jones had the concussion, I moved on. So Dortch 55-1, Kyler's 15-1. I think he had an opportunity against the Niners. He didn't take it.
He doesn't want any of that smoke.
If he watches that film, you
had me at watching the film. The guy that they had to put the stipulation in his contract.
We all know that was not real.
Sure, it sounded pretty real.
We all know that was not real. All right, so on the Arizona side, Horton is 25-1, so he goes on the card, and then I'm with you. I think we're gonna do another if then. If Arroyo is healthy, he's on the card at 50-1. So I'm gonna do another. If Arroyo's healthy, he's on the card. I think the athleticism, that's how you're gonna be able to attack this defense. Again, Horton, the wide receiver 3, the tight end. If not Horton, then I'm not gonna go big game hunting like you. I'm just gonna take Barner. He's currently 22-1.
Yeah, that's probably. But I feel like they don't love him in the passing game. But
it's the same deal. He's a good blocker. He's out there all the time. So I'm gonna play those two guys. I considered playing Sam. I guess here could be the pivot. Do I play Sam Darnold rushing touchdown? Is that crazy?
No.
Yeah,
How many rushing touchdowns did he have any last year?
I was kind of surprised to see his price was only 30-1.
Did he have any last year?
Great question. I didn't even get that far, so I'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't remember him having. No, correction. He did have one last year at the Titans. Yeah, I don't know. He's such a statue, and not even. And if I'm
He's
playing,
feeling confident.
If I'm
now,
playing
though.
a statue, I need like 50 to 1. I think.
Okay.
I mean, again, it's 30 to 1, 50 to 1, but Dortch is definitely.
No, it's Arroyo. If Arroyo, then Arroyo. If not, and we'll know pretty quickly. Again, the simulated practice, limited groin.
Great reason to follow us over on X at Gambling Podcast. My parlay. I'm just gonna give out a mini step ladder on the Greg Dortch touchdown. Give me any time at 950. 2 touchdowns for Greg Dortch, 110 to 1. Come on, Ryan. You just need one of these to hit all season. It's gonna be glorious.
I do like the. I mean, McKee liking it has made me even more interested because
really. Because he seemed pretty down on the team, but he liked the Dortch stuff.
I was already like the. Well, what stood out to me was
does Greg Dortch have a 2 touchdown game? He does, and it was in a division game against the 49ers, and he got it on 4 catches.
How many yards did he have?
47. So if you want to do a reverse correlation thing, that could be fun because I think his stuff. He's weird because they'll do some like bubbles, bubble screens, jet sweeps, little pop pass from Kyler. Trevor's a diehard Cardinals fan. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like they love him in the gadgety shit, and maybe he gets a deep ball. He's not afraid to get some of the longest touchdown or long catch stuff either.
All right. No, I just went back. I went right back to the well with same concept I did on Monday Night Football with the Tesla under 1.5 catches, over the yards and the touchdown. AJ Barner under 1.5 receptions, over 16.5 yards, scores a touchdown. It's 85 to 1. And I like I'm going to play the Dortch 2 touchdown as well.
So wait, read that off again.
AJ Barner under 1.5 catches.
Yeah.
Which he's had he's had a 2 1 catch games and a 2 catch game, but right in that zone, and then over 16.5 yards and the touchdown. So, which is a fun sweat because once you get in that 20-yard range, give me a little play action seam to AJ Barner.
It's fun watching the games with Ryan if like what the situation sets up. Oh, Tesla, this is perfect.
Dice go in the air.
This is perfect.
Part of why you play something like this is because when the dice is in the air, that play is electric.
Oh,
it's just so like Kyle. You
so close to Dawson Knox hitting that in the playoff game for us.
Maybe that's why I'll
the under 1.5 catches and a touchdown, and he got like it was at the 10-yard line. He got like 8 yards or something. It was that was annoying.
It's such a fun thing to reverse correlate because you then have to root for no more catches.
Yeah.
Which is
it's you have to get this one big play and then root for nothing else to happen, which is a fun sweat in and of itself. All right. Good times. Big thanks to our guests, Ryan Rich Fat Baby McKee. Make sure you check him out on the Steffi Smalls show. Brian Beachkofski. Again, check out Rhythm, promo code SGPN 25. Get you 25% off. And like you said, you get a chance to win $1,000 just for tracking your plays, even in the free mode. You don't have to be a paying customer to win the prizes there. That's really cool. So shout out to them. And Kramer, we'll be back talking college football tomorrow night. Let's go, baby.
Can I give you never mind. Doesn't give you the juice. I'm leaving the conversation. I was going to say you can also play the AJ Barner under yards over receptions. But that's only 31 to 1. So that's not.
It's not quite as fun.
Only 31 to 1.
Good times.
So wait, do you know who you're picking in this game yet?
Not 100%.
Yeah.
No. I kind of Sam Darnold. I still have something in the back of my head. It's like Sam Darnold on the road.
Well, it's how much credit do you give them for the road win in Pittsburgh? Because the other 2 games were at home. It's not exactly like they look great against the 49ers in the first week. And like you mentioned, the Caleb Johnson, I'm still a little torn, but I am kind of crediting this as like this is the Steelers road game was weird. This could be a little bit weird, a little bit different.
Yeah, and it's a division game with a team coming. I mean, it's you have the Cardinals at home after a close loss versus the division opponent coming off a massive, cruise control win, which is very favorable situation wise for the Cardinals. I'm going to dive into the injury report.
Well, the Seahawks, this is a flowchart game, an NFC West flowchart.
What
game.
Seahawks own them?
Yeah.
Well, look at that tot go. I do want to say that. So definitely going to be on the Kyler.
Have won 4 straight in Arizona.
Could it be a 5th? Stay tuned.
They've not been a good team during that stretch.
No. And of course, as always,
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
for the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, Stacking the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Look at that taco, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride.